Am I focused? Am I this? Put this thing down.
Okay, bye, Avi Kamiansky. See you on Shavuos.
All right.
This one's gone. I don't know what's that. You can tell them I'm not going to get any WhatsApp.
Compare that with
That's all right.
to myself now.
That's important.
Oh, I feel it.
Left after that.
Are we live? The same?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So we can start.
Extra fingers.
All right. So we're holding Daf Mem Hey, starting by the Mishnah on the bottom. Says the Mishnah, continuing with mumim. These are mumim of the feet. Makish bekarsulov, ubar kuvoisov. If a person, when he walks, the bottom of his feet bang together or his knees bang together. Ubala pikim.
Low-legged or
Hoikel. Somebody has, we're going to see. Hoikel. Kolshu makif parsoisov veina kuvoisov noikshes zuluzu. If a person sits down and he can't put his knees together. Sitting on a chair and you put your feet together but your knees don't touch. There are people like that. In other words, his bones go outwards. I was all excited today because I keep on going through, okay, so I'm not about mum, until I hit my mum. I got my mum. Baruch Hashem. Mine is mum moiver. But Audi belly could be also a mum moiver. Audi, 10% of people have Audis. They're gone, finished. Poop. Here we go. This is it. That's it. They finally got me. After all the Mishnayos, Piko Yoitza Megudoloi. If you have a bunion, seems like that's what it is. Basically, his thumb, instead of the bone being straight, it pops out a little bit. It goes like this. Akevoi Yoitza La'achorov. This is weird. I don't know. I didn't search it. I didn't have time. But basically, his foot is smack in middle. Like there's a front and there's a back. Instead of his foot being, his leg being connected to the back of the foot, it's in the center of the foot. Sort of like what we had on the head. A head that's in the center. It's the foot on the center. Parsoisav rechavois kishel avos. If they are short, basically the same length as they are wide. It's ba'osav, the Gemara is going to talk a little bit about it. It's ba'osav mukavois zu al zu. If his fingers are on top of each other like this, oiklutois, or the webbed.
It's about toes. Yeah.
Toes, yeah. Correct. According to the art scroll, for sure. Now here's a big problem that I have with the art scroll. Lemalo ada perik kosher. The way other people understand it means the perik, you have 3 joints in a finger, 1, 2, and 3. This is the knuckle. Lemalo ada perik means from here to here, according to Rashi. From the knuckle to the middle, if it's webbed, is kosher. Lemata, thank you. Lemata min haperek v'chatocha kosher. Lemata min haperek means from here to the end. And if you cut it, it's okay. For whatever reason, the art scroll says the exact opposite. I think I know the reason. I think it's based on the Gemara later. Unless your art scroll say differently. What do your art scroll say?
It depends if it's just skin or there's bone. You can
No. Not talking about that. I'm talking about what's lamata, what's lamala. Lamala ada perek kosher. Why is it kosher? Because it goes from the knuckle to the middle. The art scroll says from the nails.
From the tips.
So that can't be that it's kosher. How could it be fit? It's not fit. It's puzzle. You have to cut it afterwards. At least cut it. And Rashi doesn't even say what the art scroll is saying. I don't know where. I think they literally made a mistake here. I didn't have time to look up if there's other Rishonim that say that, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Have you got the Hebrew?
No, it can't be. I'm looking at Rashi, and Rashi does not say this. Rashi, the Bramaskal says, "Lemato min haperek," says Rashi, "Dahenu litzada tziporin." Rashi is mefurish. Lemata is litzada tziporin. And lemalo means not the tziporin, means the hand. The problem, I think I understand where the mistake comes from. The mistake came from the Gemara, because now the Gemara is going to reverse what Lamala and Lamata means. And I think by mistake they stuck it into the Mishnah in the reverse. Fine. Hoysabay Seres. A person has an extra finger. It happens a lot. My friend had a baby.
So it's very common.
She's in Shidduchim now. She's top in Shidduchim. She's considered top. But nobody knows that when she's a baby, the parents hid it, they put a towel on them, they showed me. When they were babies, like 3-4 months old, like at a boop, gone.
My nephew.
It just, yeah.
What is it?
Nobody will know the difference. You can't even see. It's like a little thing. There's an extra finger and it's cut off. Interesting, because my chavrusa tainas, what?
After they took it off, you put the shoyach off.
After you take it off,
Still then etzem.
and it had an etzem. Why? Because even though it was an extra digit that regular people don't have, but for this person, you hear the chiddush? Chiddush is that for this person, you have a chaser. You had an aver that was cut off. It doesn't belong there. People have 5 fingers, but for this person, it's a chaser.
Does it make a difference on the shidduch?
Oh, so my chabrusa says you must tell the chaser. I'm not sure why. We had to argue with him. I don't agree with him, but he says yeah.
Wait a second.
Why? What's the difference? Is she has that mum? She can't perform that avodah anyways, and it's not a gross thing. It's not like a mum. If you have, there's another case he told me that a girl had like a scar, so she has to tell the chassan that she has a scar. Fine, then I could hear that, because that's Shami Yitzabad of Meguna.
The moment you have to disclose is where if you know about it, you might refuse to go ahead.
Right.
But if
I don't think
why
people
would you
give it.
refuse to go ahead?
He may think it's hereditary.
Oh, that's the thing. Maybe it's hereditary. Yeah.
What's wrong?
Because they don't. He doesn't want kids that have extra
No,
digits.
it's operation for 10 minutes. And we take
Yeah.
it off.
So you can put in the tablet, but any kids
Okay.
go on the share has to pay for it.
So if it has a bone, it's puzzled. Vim lav kosher, and if it doesn't have a bone, it's kosher. Meaning, l'chayre means what's in lav. If you took it off and it didn't have a bone, then it's kosher because it's not considered anything.
It's not an aver, it's not a limb.
Yoser biyadav v'braglav sheish v'sheish eser arba. If a person had 6 digits on his hands and his feet, and together it's 24. Review machshir, v'chachamim poislim, and the Gemara is going to talk about it. Nashoyed b'shteyadav, ambidextrous. He could swing in both directions, lefty and righty. Rebbe poisel v'chachamim machshirim. Torah rabbanim. Shever regel. We're going to see everything in the Gemara. Shever regel. The Torah just says broken bone. Ein li elo shever regel. V'nai l'Rav Yitzchak haishon v'yikol v'akilbon. How do we know when his feet bang together, his soles, and his and when he sits down, it touches. V'akilbon. What do we say? Kilbon was?
Bulge out of the big form.
Yeah, the bone out of the big. Tamaloi maroi shever regel. Oi from dog. Tana. Balak kipin v'shufnor. Omer b'chia barabba. Omer b'yochanan balak pikin. Sheyesh loy kisosis harbe. If his ankle is very big, shufnor shein loy kisosis kolikor. So we all have that little bulge in the ankle. So if it's huge, it's a mum, and if it's missing, the little funny piece sticking out of your ankle, if that's missing, that's also a mum. Piko yoytze megudole v'akev yoytze lachoyer. Omer Reb Elazar shoyko yoytze be'emtze ragloi. His foot comes to the middle of his shoe. That would be a big problem to find shoes. Don't say that it's thin and it doesn't have it's webbed like a duck. Keeping the trifo afagav this diko. Since it's thin, it's very narrow, and also it's square-like. Even though it has toes, it's still a mum. I just found it very interesting. If you look at Rashi, this is a typical thing. Rabbi Shomer would love this stuff. I'm sure he knows it already. In Rashi, they were asking trifa. So in all the Gemaras, it says a long word, klusha temba. But they say it's a mistake. It's pashat. The way the printers wrote it, it should say klusha, meaning in Hebrew, klusha means it's weak. Temba is in French the same meaning as klusha. But for whatever reason, the guy missed that space and he put it together and it became one word. In my Gemara, it's 2 words.
So Martin, Kafka is
Yeah?
4 people online.
Really?
So we're
Okay. Develop. Etzbo Isov Mukovi Zu Al Gav Zu Oiklutois. Ton Rabbanon Shever Yad. Ainly Shever Yad. Etzbo Is Mukovi Zu Oiklutois Lamalam and Aperik B'Chatochon. How do you know that it's a mum if they are kolot, they are webbed? Lamalam and Aperik. So over here, Lamalo means, this is where the article got it from. Over here, Lamalo means that it from the top, from the tip to the joint, and before Lamalo meant from the knuckle to the joint. So I think that's why the English article, as the Chaba article gam, okay. V'amris kosher. You just said if you, but everybody says, doesn't matter article, not article. At the end of the day, if you snip it away, you do a little surgery, it's kosher. So why are you telling me if you cut it and you made it okay, and now it's not webbed anymore, that it's possible to mum? Elo v'loy chatocha minayin hameloy mar u'shever yad. You're right. You have to cut it. You have to perform surgery. You have to get rid of it. If you don't, then it's a problem. He says it's impossible in life kosher. Omar Rabbi Bar Chan Omar Rabbi Yochanan v'hu shenisperes al gav hayad. How do you know? So this finger, this extra finger that we're talking about, is if you could count it from over here. If you see it from the back of your hand, but if it's hidden in here, then it's not a mole. V'hu shenisperes al gav hayad. Torah Rabbanon, then it's not a digit. Torah Rabbanon Yisei Roshi is ba etzem ve'im ba tziporen. So now we're going to talk a little bit about tumah. So when you have tumas oil, you have a mace and an oil. How do you create an oil? So there's a number of ways. If you have a kazais of meat, that's one way. If you have a roiv akav, it's another way. As the Gemara is going to bring soon, you have roiv binyan, roiv minyan. We're going to go into that in detail. And if you have an aver, if you have one aver, what's an aver? It has a bone, it has sinews, it has meat. It's an aver. Is this finger, this extra finger, considered an aver or not? So there's a few things. There's three basically things that could occur with a finger. It could be nisperes agav hayad. It's part of the fingers. It looks like part of the fingers. It has a bone, or the third thing is it has a nail. Okay, those are the three things. Says Torah Rabbanon, Yisei sheyesh ba etzem. So if this extra finger has a bone, ve'im ba tziporen, it doesn't have a nail, so it doesn't really look like a finger. Mitamo b'magu b'mas. So if you touch it and you lift it, it's mitamo b'magu maso. Says Rashi, obviously it has meat over here, because if it didn't have meat, it's just a bone, then bones, one bone is not metama ba'oil. It can't be metama ba'oil. One bone is not metama ba'oil. You need roiv minyan. You need like 125 bones. You need for roiv minyan. So one little bone from a finger is not going to do it.
We're talking about where it's been operated and taken off.
Yeah. You're in a house. You find a weird looking finger that after post surgery the surgeon chucked it into a house. Now. Avarim in general. What? No, because the aver from a live person is also tam boils. So, dead, not dead. Because this aver is dead. It's dead.
We're only saying if it's lacking a shear.
A shear of a kazais of meat.
Right.
Right. So
what I'm saying is if it had a kazais of meat.
Right. So that's Rashi. Rashi points this out. We're talking about, first of all, it doesn't have a kazais. But it's not a bone, it has to have some meat. That's exactly what Rashi is coming to say. It's in between, because we wouldn't have a shayla. We want to make it into an aver. Let's say it's a little pinky. How do you make a pinky into aver? So you have to have a bone, you have to have a little meat. Too much meat, it's already metam boil anyways, because it's a kazai's basar. No meat at all is only one bone, and you need 125 bones. So you have a bone with a little meat. Kitzer, is this an aver or not? So since it has, it's v'hushin isperes sorry. You say sheyesh ba'etzem ve'im b'tziporen. So right now, all we have is an aver. It doesn't have a tziporen, and the Gemara says it's mitam boil. V'oil lo leminyan kuf chafei. and this could be part of the 125 bones that you need. Wait a minute, it has a bone. You need a second condition. You need that this finger was counted. You could see it from the back of the hand. This is what Rav said. I saw in the Mesifta, he says that because since they are saying something in a Gadol's name, Zeicher Tzadik Levracha. He's supposed to give a bracha to Tzadik. Because when I read it, I thought it means like Hashem should help him. Like he's going to need help here. We're going to ask such a Bam Kasha. I hope he gets out of this in one piece.
This is the way the slang is used today.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. But that's why I'm bringing up this specifically. So you have this extra finger. It has a bone. It doesn't have a nail. So it's mitama b'magul masa and not ba'oil. Right? So how does that fit in with what we just said? Because it doesn't have a second condition. It's not, you can't see it from the back of the hand. It's hidden somewhere inside the palm. So Mela, it's not such a big deal. It's not such an aver. This makes no sense logically. It's almost like a Navi talking. You don't have to question a Navi. He said something that I can't understand. If you consider it a real aver, so then it should be all the way an aver, and the aver is in Tamaboyo. So then even if you touch it, it shouldn't be tummy. Why not? What's this for? Why shouldn't it be tummy? It's a piece of a dead person.
You said it's from a live person.
Yeah, so live person. So what?
Live person, if it's not Aver, it's not even Menachai. Also Menachai from a live person, also Medami?
Well, if it has a kazayas, it's not. We love Aver,
Because it's not an aver.
Okay.
We're saying.
Fine. So it's not an aver. Very good. It's not an aver. But if it's not a...
If you find a piece of meat in the...
So what's his chiddush? What is he coming to say? What's his big chiddush?
It is mitzvah.
No, he's saying that it's not matama.
No,
No, he's saying it right. He's saying it is matama, and Rebbe says it doesn't make sense. Fine. So yeah, that whole brisa has to be talking about that it's an etzem kisayra, and it's matama. Why is it etzem kisayra matama? What, I just missed that. You need 125. What am I missing here? Etzem, what?
Oil.
Oh, that's right. Right. Oil, not. Tome, yes, thank you. We're talking about oil. You need roiv minyan. But for touching, it's etzem, yeah. Papa amar gzeira shein nisperes alto nisperes. There's a gzeira. So really, it's not matami, you're right. Because you can't see it from the other side. But because we have to make a gzeira, she'ein nisperes alto nisperes.
So what we're really saying is that if this finger is not aligned, it's not really a finger.
Right.
It's only a finger really if it's...
It's not an aver, only if you can see it from the other side.
Yeah. But because of the remaining zera, because we just don't know.
Right, people might confuse the two. You'll say, well, this one, that, and somebody saw them cutting it off and throwing it in the garbage, it's nothing. And then they weren't makbid in tumah. The next guy's going to cut it off from over here and they won't know the difference. So once he's making gzer, he should go all the way. Says the Gemara, we just had it like a few days ago when we learned about cheres. Remember, it didn't have a toich, not toich, and over there they made a gzera that it should be. No, I'm sorry, it was about a wooden kli. We made it like a cheres kli because of mashkim of zava. Anyways, the point is that when chacham make a heker, they don't go all the way so that you know that it's not the real deal, that it's a heker. Okay, otherwise, if people thought, if it looked really like the real deal and it was completely metame be'oil and b'mago, then people will burn kachim on it. Then also, if you have most of the height of a mace and bones, and you have most of the number, Ava Bisha Boy Roiva, even though you don't have a Roiva Kav Tmei. Torah Bonon, Ezu Roiv Binyanoi. How do you get to most of the height? Shnei Shekayim B'yorech Echad. You have the two, I don't know what they're called in English anymore, the bottom bone, the long bones of the feet. So if you look at your leg, it's made out of two long bones, top and bottom. So two of the bottom ones plus one of the top one. So that's like a lot, to me, it's a lot more than a roiv, but for some reason you need that much.
2 socks in the air.
No? This guy, this bone, and this bone. Two of these long guys, and one of these.
Chicken would be the
Yeah?
2 drumsticks and a
Oh, talking like a true yesh guy. 2 drumsticks and a what?
thigh. 2 drumsticks and a thigh.
And a thigh. Okay. Where are you? Not yesh? Where?
No, chef.
Oh, chef. Okay. Go check out chef after shear. It's open till what time?
Don't
Tomorrow.
I think a person has 2 bones down there. Yeah, actually 2.
Yeah, but I don't think they're talking about those 2. They're talking times 2. So if you want to get to the height, I don't know why you need that much, because I would think that I think 2 of them together is about 50% of your height, and all you need is 51%. So why do you need 3 long bones? 3 of them would come up to here almost, no?
Doesn't include the head.
Doesn't include the head. Exactly. See, for sure you don't need 3. How many bones does a person have? Person has Rimach Ivarim, 248. So what's the roiv of 248? Kuf Chafei, 125. Because a half would be 124, right? 124 times 2 is 248. So just one more is a roiv. We already know that a person has Rimach Ivarim, so why did I tell us the math? If a person only has 200 bones, and if a person has 281, you don't check out each person individually and say, oh, this person has 200, so you have to have 101 bones, and this person has 281, whatever. Now, interesting that Rashi says that the Tana over here says these numbers because he means it. How does a person get to 200? So Rashi says, look at Rashi. He's missing the Hainu Shmoinet's boys. This person is missing 8 fingers. So it's 6 times 8. So 6 times 8 is 48. So Mamela, he's left with 200. That's how you get to 200. And why did the Gemara say 281? She says, "Yasaboy reish pei aleph kigoy isha shenivro yiseira arba etzbois b'chol yad v'regel v'riyab etzbois yiseirim have esrim v'arba atzomis yoser." If a woman has 4 extra fingers, so 4 times 6 is 24. Ubisha, yeah. This thing, and she has 5 extra things like we're going to see. Harechav tasevarim yoser. So Rashi says, I don't know how I got to 281. Gitzer, you would think when you're reading the Gemara that the Gemara just threw out a number, 281. Get to it somehow. Somehow a guy has extra fingers. No. It's bedafka if a person has 4 extra fingers and she's a woman and so she has 2 doors and 2 hinges and a key, that's together 277. And Memela, Lo Yadana, I don't know how he got from 277 to 281. Okay? But even if you have 281, the roiv of 281 is 125.
Article adds that modern anatomy we
It's
have
200.
206. And he
Yeah.
says, so we don't have 248.
Yeah.
So he says that there's a lot of small bones all over the place. And
That they counted and they
It
counted.
depends what you define as a bone.
The Gemara is going to say in a second, they actually counted the bones.
counted
And they got,
bones, they didn't find one.
48.
Okay?
And then Rabbi Yochanan
Which
talking about the little
They
thing
said
that
that the
Rabbi Yochanan used to carry in his pocket a piece of a bone of a finger, little finger.
He carried his 10 sons. His 10, the bone, not the finger, the bone from the back. He had a necklace with his 10 kids that he lost. Okay, the question is, let me ask you a question. If a woman has 5 extra bones, as the Gemara is going to say, so what's the right for a woman? Does a woman have a different right than a man?
Give the majority.
The majority. Right. So the Gemara just said, very good. The Gemara just said we go by the majority of people, and therefore we always keep the majority to 248. So even though a woman has 253, the majority of people only have 248. Why?
Well, even if a person has extra limbs, then he still would go
10 minutes.
to 48.
So what's the pshat?
Doesn't go according to his.
The pshat, they start saying pshatim that most of the people in the world are men.
I think we had this discussion previously,
About what?
that we have 1 or 2 tumtums.
Yeah.
Therefore, neither men nor women make up 50%.
Exactly. We just had that discussion. So how does it work by bones? Something similar. Because you have islanders, they say. Islanders don't have these bones, and a mela, it goes to the other, it swings it to the men, and in those days maybe women used to die in childbirth, so there's less women. The kids are okay.
You're born with 270, but they fused together.
You're born with
270.
270, and they fuse together. No, but he says that the Arsha says 206 people. Oh, they have in a row. Okay, we said this already.
I think if there's
10 minutes,
more
10 minutes.
men
They
born,
started
to 70. They say when there's more men born,
Omer Rav Yehuda Mishmuel.
which means there's a war coming.
There's a lot of not politically correct Gemaras in the last few daf, and this is one of them. Omer Rav Yehuda Mishmuel, Ma'aseh v'talmidav shel Rabbi Yishmael shesholku zoyna achas shenischai v'sreif el hamelech. So there's a woman who was a zoyna, and they gave her the death penalty, and they said they have to burn her. So the Talmidim took her body, and they boiled it real good. Batku matzu bo
The
was
Rabbanan didn't say to burn it because it's awesome.
King.
the king sent us to do that. The king, the guy. Oh,
It's against Allah.
so who told you the king forced them? Where does it say that? In the R scroll. Because I think he's trying to be politically correct. I don't think he brings him apart.
brings that they cooked her after the melech burnt her.
Ooh,
No, but
the Mesivta says that?
What?
You're not allowed to be benevolent mess.
No, she wasn't Jewish.
Wasn't Jewish.
So,
There's no it's an evil mace.
There's a, what you call it,
But she's already burned. They did a good thing with her body. It was for science.
it says Beferish, Melech.
Right, so I had a problem with that. That's why the Mesivta makes a lot of sense. She's chayv streifa, and then they cooked her. So I thought maybe it meant they went to the melech and said, "Look, you're gonna burn her anyways. Give it to us. We'll do a boiling job here. It's like streifa. I don't know, but they say it was after. Fine. So basically, when the Rebbe said it's 248, he said, "What are you talking about? We found 252." Maybe you saw a woman. There's 2 hinges. Again, the Arshal says they're not familiar with these bones today. So it says that a woman has hinges and doors. So not only 4 more bones, Rabbi Kiva adds another one. There's a key. Shenemar ba'yifdach es rachmo. Rabbi Kiva kashin Talmid Rabbi Shmuel. Rabbi Shmuel's Talmidim only came out with 252. According to Rabbi Kiva, this 253. Dilma aidi de zutra itmuche itmach. Since it's such a small bone, and when they boiled it up, it disappeared. Omar Rava v'kulo ne'metamim boil. This is a huge chiddush. By a woman, you have 5 extra bones or 4 extra bones. Chaim's looking it up to see what Google has to say about the bones in a woman. About the tzir. No?
They have differences with the
By the rechem?
by the whatever.
They do have maybe the way they open and close, but they bend and but it's a different type of bone. Okay.
It's not.
But here the chiddush. The chiddush is that those 5 bones that they have extra that men don't have are not mitama ba'oil.
It's a tricky question.
It's not part of the.
Tricky question in every medical school. They ask the medical students, if you have a skeleton in front of you, can you tell if it's a male or a female skeleton?
Right.
And you can't tell.
You can.
He says 90% accurate, you can tell. Based on the hips.
Hmm.
You can't tell.
That's a shape.
The
You
only
say
way-
in terms of the
The only way they judge it is the proportion of the width of the hip to the length of the spine. But the women usually slightly wider and shorter, but there's no difference in the actual scale.
Interesting. So since bones, only bones that are shabbat b'cholodam, so these 5 extra bones are not betam boy. Omalei Rabayo ubish leiko v'ksiv tzir machazuni kitzir leido tzirei basor. Yes, men have hinges, but they're made out of meat. V'ksiv adeni mimar nevchut tzirai v'chanami tzir basor. V'chanami stabro di lutem achi imosayim barba mishmonech mishkachas lo lo biish v'lo biish. At the end of the day, if men have the 5 extra bones, you'll never get the 248. So they don't have those bones. Yosef Yodav B'Raglov Omer Rabbi Yitzchok V'shnei Mikrei Chadorshu V'Tiyod Milchama Uchsiv V'Yi Ish Modoin. There's a giant. It's referring to Goliath's brother. Etzba Yodav Etzba Raglov Sheish V'Sheish. This giant that they did war with, he was giant and he had 6 fingers. Mar Sova B'Gnusei Mishtoi. One man over says the Torah is saying it in a bad way. Umar Sova B'Shivchei Mishtoi. I don't understand this 100%. I'll just say what I read, but I don't understand. What's the big shvach? Shvach is that he had, even though he's big and he had 6 fingers, they were able to beat him. Okay, but why is that a shvach? Why can't you have both? Why can't you have a gnus and a shvach together? He was so big and scary. He was a scary monster that had disgusting fingers, and we killed him. So it's a shvach that we were able to kill this giant. But it's also gnust because he had 6 fingers. I'm not exactly sure why the shvach takes away from the moon.
If he had more fingers, it means that each finger was smaller.
No.
It says here that Oshkol says that he was more agile because he had more fingers. And the other one says that he was like a freak.
Smaller
Who
fingers.
says that the shvach is that they managed to...
Rashi.
No, the shvach maybe it was strong. This is shvach. To say about a person that is strong.
Fingers,
He had
so
6 fingers. It was very scary. Very strong.
Somebody says it.
Strength and agility conferred by these
He had a
extra
lot of
digits.
fingers and a lot of thighs.
Who says? So somebody says. I saw it inside
Maybe
somewhere.
it was so giant with 6 fingers.
You're right,
It's,
Rashi doesn't
it's
say.
scary.
Is it gnus that it's a mum, or is it a shvach that it's not a mum?
Right, that's how I learned. Then I saw this other pshat. Maybe I saw in the Art Scroll. What does the Art Scroll say about this? Or the Mesifta? I was going back and forth
Does not
today.
say anything.
No,
Does he say about the shvach that they were able to kill him?
No,
I just
the
leave that
person needs
off.
to take note of his unusual strength and agility conferred by these extra
5
digits.
minutes.
Yeah, this is what I
Extra
heard.
strength and whatever.
There's no minutes on Matzah Shabbos. You know it's the Malam and Azman. Fine. Okay, so forget about Menikash. Omer Rabbo Mali D'chsiv Sheish V'Sheish Esrim V'Arba Misbar. We know how to count. So if he has 6 on each hand, together it's 24. Tzrichi D'kosav Rachmona Sheish V'Sheish Hava Min Shiz D'Yodeh V'Shiz D'Charei. Kosav Esrim V'Arba. Because of Esrim V'Arba Hava Mino Chomesh Mahagis Sheva Mahagis, maybe it's mixed up. Maybe it's 5 and 6, 5 and 7, and together it's 24, but it's not 6, 6. Because of Sheish V'Sheish. Mispar, B'Nispar Sagavayad. There's 6, and you can actually see it when you look at the back of his hand. Tanya Rabbi Yehuda, Ma'aseh B'Odem Echad Shabbat V'nei Rabbi Tarfon. Yosef Yodav B'Ragel Sheish V'Sheish Esrim Arba. He had 24 digits. Oh my Lord, K'moischa Yubi Yisrael. Oh, so you see, it's a mila to have 6 fingers, because he said you should have many people like that in Klal Yisrael. If Mamzerim had fingers like you, then everybody would know that they're Mamzerim, and they'll put an end to the problem.
It's interesting because the Bar Kochba used to basically cut off a finger, one of the fingers.
To have what?
To have a sign of strength, because that one of them were against, very much against it.
So,
if they had 6 and they cut one off, then it would be okay.
nah, still be a weakness. Shashoy b'shtei yodav. Ambidextrous. There's a sheet in the Mishnah, Chachamim. There's a problem. Toner Rabbanon, iter bein biyad, bein beregel pasol. How are you a lefty on your foot? Says Rashi, I think that you walk forwards on your left foot. That's your first step is with your left. Hashoy b'shtei yodav. Rebbe Poisel. Sorry, Rebbe is the one that says pasol chacham machshir. What's the problem? If you're ambidextrous, it shows that your right hand is weak. It's weaker than normal. No, the opposite. That you're very strong in your left. It's a milo.
When they do chalitza,
Yeah.
then if you go to witness the chalitza, one of the
You saw once? You saw chalitza? Wow. Yeah.
One of the first tests they do is to see whether he's left-footed or not. They ask him to walk, and they test whether.
Yeah. When you go snowboarding, they do that also.
And what's
Lahavdil.
this?
Which foot?
And therefore?
Then you know if you're lefty or not.
No, but what doesn't make
Because what shoes should she take off?
No.
Maybe there's a difference in the
No,
shoe.
the Halit is always down
On the right.
on the right foot. is it?
And they only have one chalitza shoe. It's a problem. How do you get a chalitza shoe for left?
There's a
Every kid
thing.
But it's always down
What?
the right foot.
Every kid has a term chalitza.
So maybe it means the chaletzes has to do with the right hand. Maybe the chalitza has to be done with the right hand if she's a righty. Maybe maybe she walked first.
When they had the chalitza shoe in London made up.
Then to make it special for this case?
Yeah.
I'm saying they get it from another bezdin or something.
They may have
They made it.
had their own one, but they copied what they had in Germany before.
Uh-huh. It's a funny shoe. I have a picture of it.
It's a funny shoe.
It's a very funny. It goes up. It's like more like a boot, no?
Yeah.
And has a lot of
One of
straps.
the most famous shilas socks from Weinberg
Yeah.
after the war was in Leeds. They had a case of chalitza, and this man, Yovan, had only 1 foot. And the best in England said, "We can't do chalitza," and she's naguna for the rest of her life.
Really?
Yeah, and they brought Weinberg over, who said, if you've only got one leg, you do chalitza with it, you put the shoe on the other foot. And he changed, and he created the basis of the psak that was then followed by the rest of the world. That he could do.
It's funny. The Gemara doesn't talk about it. It's a great case. Hashem is the Yaltar Bon Iter Ben Biyad Ben Regel Pasul. Hashem is the Yaltar Ben Biyad. Yeah, okay, we said this. Says the Mishnah. Hakushi.
Wow.
Says the Archfield Ethiopian. Hagichor. No, so we have good shot. Why the Archfield might say Ethiopian? Because
He says Ethiopian?
yeah.
He doesn't say.
What did he say?
So they changed the Girsons. I have to check my article because I have original. But we had a pshat, and he definitely says Kushi Ethiopian on the other sugi, on the other daf. Over there, yours also said.
Kekushi. Yeah, he was compared.
Oh, I'll tell you why. Now the pshat makes a lot of sense. Now I have pshat for real.
Yeah.
Over there, we're talking about Kohanim, so it can only be Ethiopians.
Why?
Because there's no Kohanim. If you can't have Algerian Kohanim, there's no such thing. There's no community of Kushim anywhere else in the world besides Ethiopia. We're talking about Kohanim. But if somebody's black, like Nigeria, it's fine. Then it fits into the
but
mission.
they say the Ethiopians are from Shevet Tan, so no Kohanim.
They claim they have Kohanim.
We're talking about white people.
You know what I'm saying?
White
You know what I'm asking?
families.
I'm asking, is there a Kohen Kushi in the world other than Ethiopia? Yes or no? No, there isn't. Because it can't be. What do you mean? There are no other Kushim Jews in the world, so there can't be another.
Only is the Kushi, the guy that was this guy here.
But he's not a Kohen. Oh. There are people here, exactly. There are people in Rav Shemesh like that. Exactly.
No, but
That's a problem.
the kids.
You're right. So we went to Ethiopia. Maybe it just makes more sense.
We're talking about white people that look alike.
That's right. Yeah. 100%.
Over here,
White people look like.
I said that in the shir, you missed it. As I was saying it, I said we just knocked out. Okay, shkoya. But no. What? No. Hakushi, Hagichor, a red guy, Valafkon and a white guy, Vakipeach, a tall guy, Vananos and a short guy, Vacheresh. Shayla, what kind of cheresh we're talking about? Vashoita. This is bad. This is bad news. This one, Vashoita, just knocks out half the people. Vashikor. Somebody's drunk, and if somebody has a nega which is tar, because if he has a nigga that's tame, he can't go into the Beis Hamikdash anyways. Psulim, can't do that avodah, b'adam, uksherim b'behema. Rebbe Shimon Gamliel Oimer, shoytem min ha-behema, eino min ha-mufchar. I've never really seen a shoytem min ha-behema. I believe there is such a thing. I saw once a very cute orangutan that was down, but other than that, I've never seen like a cat that's like a meshuggah. I'm serious. I never ever see a dog that's like crazy that just mamish meshuggah. Not a diseased dog, not but like a meshuggah, like a little like humans have.
Low IQ, very low IQ.
You have a major problem with cows.
Mad cow disease.
Yeah.
The meshuggah?
The meshuggah.
No, they have disease that cause them to do crazy stuff.
They shake,
But that's a disease. That's caused from when you have the flu. You also shake. I'm saying meshuggah, like mentally impaired by humans. Mentally impaired. A cat bangs into the wall, walks around like this. Meshuggah.
Mental illness is also.
I don't know what they have. Okay, I never seen it. So he says, but if you have a shayta behema, it doesn't fit into the pasuk of mufchar. You have to bring mufchar. This also knocks out a ton of people that have a little piece of hanging skin, little like extra, those little wart-like things on the body. Everybody has one of them. Skin tags, very good. Bam! I want to make a list. I really want to go through the whole thing again and just see how many people are left over. Who's not a balmum really?
He's talking here about.
Psulim
He says it's a part of the flesh. He doesn't say
It's what?
something hanging out.
It's a what?
It's
a piece of flesh?
that protrudes from the body and
Yeah.
hangs from it, like a pouch.
So it's a bit more than a skin
Rambam
tag.
says it's got to have at least some liquid in it.
Uh-huh. All right, says the Mishnah,
But you should cut it
kushi.
off, no?
What's a kushi? Ukoma, black. Gichor chibra. So over here the Gemara says gichor means white. Lafko and sumko.
Is that
Lafko means
an
red.
Adina?
Ine vahuda amar lu man boy lukonye v'shtak chibara. You see, lukonye means white. Elo. Okay, so we go back. Kushi ukma, gichor sumko. Kidami inoshe sumko gichyo. Lafkon chibra. So, anyways, kushi is black, gichor is red, lafkon is white. Vahuda amar lu man boy lukonye v'shtak chibara. Kipeach. Toler Rav Zvid. Gavoya. Kipeach means a very tall person. If you're tall, Hakadosh Baruch Hu choshev Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shenema v'noichi ishmatis emorim mipneiim asher kigoy ba'arozim gov. It's like choshev. Or apalpe ba'arika shmitas anyo. We're talking about a mum where he's so skinny, he's so fragile that he bends over. He looks terrible. But somebody that's proportionate, he stands tall and is big. It's a mile. Omer Shlokish, Gavoya lo yisok Gavoyis. A tall person should not marry a woman who's tall. Shemi Yitzim Toirin. They'll have giants. Nanos lo yisok naneses. A dwarf should not marry a dwarf. Shemi Yitzim Etzboy, even smaller than a dwarf, the size of a finger. Like Pari's parents, probably dwarfs. Lavan lo yisok Levana. A very light-skinned person should not marry light-skinned. Shemi Yitzim Boyak. Shachar lo yisok Shchoiro. Shemi Yitzim Tofiyah. I have a shayla for the oilam to think about for a second. Very, very dark, even darker than dark. So, question: what do you think if somebody has a mum and he knows if he marries a certain woman, he's going to have kids that are bali mumim, 100%? Is he going to get punished for that?
Moshe's got you.
What?
Moshe's got you.
What does he say?
If he doesn't tell.
Somebody's got certain genetic things,
Right.
and he knows he's going to pass it on to the children.
100% he will.
And he hasn't got any other possibilities, whatever. Moshe passed him, so he should get married.
But he's got to tell her.
He himself.
That wasn't the shayla.
He himself has the genetic disease.
But he's subjecting his offspring to a lot of pain and suffering.
He knows that.
Is he going to get paid? Are they going to pay him for that pain and suffering? So the reason I'm asking is because
he had a 25% chance.
25 is okay.
No,
But anyways, in today's Mesifta,
genetic is
the Mesifta in today on this part brings the Sefer Hasidim that says Asalitin Asadin. I just thought it was a chiddush.
Moshe said
Yeah, the Sefer Hasidim
it's
said.
not for a person to.
You have the Mesifta, Menachem? Oh, I thought you were reading before from the Mesifta. You said something from Mesifta. You quoted.
Basically, what Moshe says
Yeah.
it's a mitzvah to bring people into the world. It doesn't say anywhere that they have to be healthy. every
Wow.
neshama that comes down.
No, I thought about
the
the
world,
Kasher Rachman Allah Malach, like Yecheskel got punished for thinking that he's going to bring you Shem. But over there he had no choice. Whoever he married. But I'm talking, maybe the Sefer Chassidim is talking about in a case where he has a choice. Just he knows, if he marries this particular woman, he's going to have that mom. So you should marry somebody else. Maybe if you don't have a choice, maybe that's a different thing. I don't
Why
know.
is it talking about the actual mom? The person has that mom and he's going to pass it on to his kid.
So,
We're not talking about a genetic thing that's 1 in 25 that maybe the other party would have that now have
no,
a
real mom, 100%
In other words,
mom.
he has a mom, he's going to marry a woman that
Yeah.
mom's going to be, that's maybe is the
100%.
problem.
Right.
By the way, there is a known condition of giantism.
Giantism, sure.
Yeah, and they don't have a life expectancy beyond 25 to 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I know people like that in Chicago. There's a whole family of giants. But they're over 25.
There was a very tall guy I got
That's right. Shh. Literally, like they dive in my shul, you look behind the mechitza, all of a sudden you see these heads looking at you. Crazy. The women are like 6'6". And they actually, whatever. Fine. We gotta go back. The shikor, Frank, the Gemara makes the avoida no good. So what's the problem? It's in the wrong Mishnah. It should be together with the things that ruin the avoida. Says the Gemara, b'shar dvar ma mishakrim. They're on weed. If you take weed and stuff like that, and you become shaken from that, then it doesn't make the avodah possible. Like Rabbi Yehuda, the sanya ochad dveila ki'ilas. If you ate some sort of food that makes you shaker, v'shas cholav, cooked up milk or dvash, v'nichnas l'mikdash chayav. So we're talking about a shikr that doesn't ruin the avodah because it's through something else, and not according to Rabbi Yehuda. Says the Mishnah.
So cannabis is okay.
Yes. It's more than okay. It's actually lechatchila. Elik sherim b'adam. I said it for you. Elik sherim b'adam absulim b'behema. The only time I ever had a little shaksta because my mother, Aleh Shalom, took it before she was niftar, and it works. Mamish works for sick people. So, yeah. Elik sherim b'adam absulim b'behema.
Today it's even better than it used to be.
Oh yeah, if you take it in a I know somebody that takes it in pill form, gives it to their kids in the pill form.
Oil, there's a lot.
I know somebody that gives it to his kids in oils.
It's interesting that Ramosha said the whole shaila
What?
of people with women because somebody came to him and said, I'm
You gotta finish it.
I know, but it's the story of Ramosha when he said, I want to marry a woman, but she's much taller than me.
I think. Yeah.
So he called his wife in, and she was apparently very tall, and he was very short. He said, "You worried now?"
Yeah, that's what happened to me and my wife. So Oisiv is Benoi, as the Gemara is going to explain, is even by a father and a son. It has to be. Treifa, if a person is treif, he can do the avodah. But if the animal is treif, you can't do the avodah. Oisiv is Benoi. If you have a kohen and a son, they can do the avodah the same day. But an animal, you can't check on the same day. B'yoyte doifen. Caesarean, if a kohen was born Caesarean, he can do the avodah. If an animal was born Yotzedoifen, cannot bring his korban. I don't know how to goyer here. But Shenev the B'Bem Aveira, if an Aveira was done, I don't know if the goyer said or not. See on the side, Ayin Sham, B'Shemis is Adam, I don't know, this doesn't make sense. Yeah. A person that killed somebody is not, also can't do that avodah. But I know you say Noshem Ba'Aveira, Posel Lachi Yederena Ano. If a kohen married a grusha, halal, whatever, a grusha, and wherever he can't marry, an almana, I don't know what. So he's puzzled until he promises that he's gonna. So he's in the. Let's say he came to do avodah in the Beis Hamikdash. He's in the avodah. They said, "What are you crazy? You can't do avodah here. You married a grusha." So if on the spot he says, "I'm not gonna be with her anymore," then he can perform the avodah on the spot. He doesn't have to give a get. He'll give the get tomorrow. And a person who doesn't care, and he makes himself tummy all the time, so he has to just accept it. He doesn't have to be noider, he just has to accept upon himself that he won't do it anymore. Says the Gemara, my boysiv is benois, so the Gemara just goes through the cheshbon. It has to be that we hold like the Manda Omar, that boysiv is benois is also male to male. It's not just the mother and her offspring. Eli Ma'ar and Uvanov, if you're talking about a male and a male, they could say, you're not allowed to shech a son and a father goat in the same day. So we're talking about a mother goat and her son. So then by Kohanim we have to talk about a mother and her son. She doesn't do the avodah. We're talking about males, the kavasacha, taishim b'noi, and therefore by the animals also has to be males. It goes according to Chananya, the Sanya. Oises b'noi, noi b'nekei boys, noi b'scharim, Chananya noi b'scharim, u b'nekei boys. Oises b'noi is by a father and a son, and therefore fits right into the Mishnah. A kohen and a father are kosher for the avodah that day, but not two korbanos. We'll start from the tomorrow. Short daf tomorrow.
Isn't the also b'nai Bechoros?
No, everything. All korbanos. You can't well, all animals. All animals.
Where is
Forget about
the
korbanos.
Oh, that, so if you